Well, this is our safety meeting on April 12th. Look at all these smiling faces in here. Say hi to everybody that's out there in the field that can't be out there enjoying all this nice pizza. And there's Dave. He wanted to be on camera. And there's Malachi. So we'll make this kind of fun, I guess. I don't know if I'm centered on here.
Close up, personal.
Close up?
Yeah, you're looking good.
Do I look beautiful?
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning.
Yeah, stunning.
Stunning. Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Close enough for government work, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're a little crooked, but other than that, you're all right.
Very good. Well, we have just a few topics to cover today. Make sure you sign your sign-up sheet. And for those of you guys that are out there in the field that are actually watching this mobilely, please go ahead and complete the little quiz below there just to make sure that we get a record that you watched the video. Since everybody can't be at the safety meetings, we're trying to make them mobile so that we can get more coverage and at least have some discussion. Feel free to discuss some things when we as we complete this. First thing is complete stop at all your stop signs. There was somebody that was on video apparently that ran a stop sign, and somebody had it on video, so that's not a good thing. I did that when I was coming out of a disposal one time. I did a rolling stop, and there was a cop car coming about a quarter of a mile away, and I got a ticket, got three points, $10 ticket, but it's still 3 points on my record for 3 years. So just make sure to come to a complete stop at the stop sign. Count 2 seconds before you start again. You don't need a ticket. Not a good thing. Anyway, also wear all your PPE at all times. We had one of our guys almost got kicked off of a site. He was standing outside of his truck, didn't have his PPE on inside the site. The company man got a little twisted off and said, if you don't wear your hard hat, you warned him twice, and he said the third time, I'm kicking you off my site. So just make sure when you get out of your truck, even if you're on site and you're parked away from the frac, and he was a distance away from the frac, to his credit. It was 50, 60 yards away from where everything was going on, so he got out of his car to grab something, but he was walking around his car without his hard hat on. But some of the company men are more picky than others, so please wear all your PPE as soon as you get out of the vehicle, especially on conical sites. They're pretty picky on that.
On all sites, just when we're on frac sites, regardless.
Any site, yeah.
Always wear your PPE.
Always wear it when you get out of the vehicle. We had 2 incidents, 2 spills. One was at Bruin and one was Keene that we overflowed to transport. And Malachi, why don't you tell everybody what happened on that?
So it's just, I don't have too much information about them actually. We're still doing an investigation on both of them, and coming to find out, I know pretty much the second one, and it's because we only have one barrel counter that is working on this transport. So it was just miscommunication, because we did have communication out there, and he was told to put this amount of barrels onto that transport, but somehow he went over what was told. So it's just lack of communication. Once again, we just need to make sure we're doing a better job communicating. And every driver should know, even if the tanks aren't labeled, they should know where the placard is on all the transports to show the levels, the total gallons on each compartment. If you do not know, then you need to get with one of us, and we'll show you exactly. There's a placard on each tank of all of our transports and our bulk trucks. Usually behind the driver's cab is mostly where they're located, I believe. So yeah, start there. Even if there is no communication out there, you go out to a frac site and no one is on site, and you have to do this stuff yourself, and you do not know how many gallons this truck is going to take. Then you can always go to that placard, and it'll tell you the max gallons in each compartment. I don't know how you would just want to estimate and guess and just go until she blows. I mean, that's beyond me, but definitely I would try to get confirmation with that placard.
What I do to make it quicker, I usually, when I get there, I look at the transport. If I got my 3 axles there and the extra one in the rear, the tandem,
Yep.
I know that it's going to take 11,000. That's the total max. But I always go 500 less.
Yeah.
So
Obviously.
I go 10,500, which is 250 barrels. Now, if I go there and I see 3 axles, I usually know that it's only 10,500. That's the max. You know,
So if it doesn't have the tag axle, how much is it?
10,500.
Oh,
So it's
yeah,
it's
so 500 less.
yeah, 62 or 63 and 42.
42.
Yeah. So then I'm gonna go to 10,000 only, the max. Yeah. So that's the first time. But you know, if you wanna make sure, you can go to the tag, which is located driver's side, front, the side.
Yeah. With the one on the Bruin pad, does anybody know about that? Steve or nobody knows about the Bruin?
That's
overflow?
what do they have? The polar trailer there?
I don't know where it's at.
That's the barrel counter as well with no gauges.
Yeah. And that one, the front compartment is the bigger compartment.
Yeah.
So sometimes we still gotta beware because I went there last night and I look at that metal tag where the front compartment was definitely a bigger one. So I still gotta check that because we can't go all the time saying the back one, no matter what should be the bigger one.
So how do we know how much is in the tank if there's already 500 gallons in the tank? How do we know that if the gauges aren't working?
Well,
We don't.
we don't.
So we're setting ourselves up for more issues. So from a mechanic standpoint, what do we need to do on that?
I don't know if you're allowed to climb up on top of them and gauge them.
We can't.
We can't. No.
So
Yeah.
I think that would be an issue to have that fixed.
I mean, in my opinion, it needs to be locked out, brought back in, and correct or make sure that both meters are working. Obviously.
Yeah, we obviously can't be having spills like that.
Yeah, those guys that come over here and calibrate, they do they drive up to the location, right? They drive here and they check the pumps. They can do it over there too,
Possibly, yes.
one by one.
Yep. So, I tried, but I mean, as we all know, we're pressed and we have limited equipment for all of our jobs. So it just comes down to better communication until we can get those pieces of equipment in and serviced. It's where all the gauges work, obviously. But we got lucky. This guy pretty much caught it in time. Me and Greg will be talking to him after this meeting and doing more investigating and finding out exactly what we can do to prevent this from happening again, obviously.
Okay. Anything else on that topic? All right. Me again. This is kind of a goofy little camera. All right, we have a JSO app on the that we've sent out. I think I've sent it to everybody now. JSO is a job safety observation, and it's very simple. It takes about 2 minutes to go through it, and it's not supposed to be a tattletale thing. That's not the purpose of it. It's like if Steve and I are working together as a team, then I'm going to say, hey, why don't you go ahead and do a job safety observation on me? Stand back and watch me work for 5 minutes, and then we'll do an observation. And what the observation is going to look at, it's going to look at, put my email address in there so that when he hits submit, I'm going to get an email copy of what he just observed me doing. And he's going to look and make sure I'm wearing all my PPE. It's going to make sure that my ergonomics are proper, that I'm bending properly, that I'm not pulling or twisting improperly, that I'm not putting myself in a line of fire, and that I have a safe egress. You know, if I'm going in piece of equipment, he's going to be checking to make sure I'm doing, have an egress and I'm paying attention to those things. That I'm not setting myself up to get hurt in some way. And it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be something that's enjoyable. But what it does is if we can get everybody in the company watching out for each other on a daily basis, and if we can have you do one of these JSOs every day or every other day, then what happens? We have 70 guys that are doing JSOs on one another and watching out. I'm watching out for you, and you're watching out for me, and it makes it kind of a two-way street. Again, it's not to police somebody and say, hey, I'm going to bust you, you forgot to wear your glasses or you forgot your hard hat. That's not the purpose of it. The purpose of it is, hey, I'm going to be watching you and then observing you and bringing to your attention some things that maybe we can improve on, and you're going to do the same with me. It's a two-way street. whether I'm safety or supervisor or whatever, we want everybody kind of doing a JSO every couple of days at least. You know, if we can get 2 or 3 of these a week, then what we're going to start doing is we're going to start incentivizing that. We're going to buy something like some Applebee's cards, you know, and for those of you that hand in these regularly, you know, 3 or 4 a week or whatever, we're going to start handing out some recognition at our safety meetings because we want to incentivize people to do this. It's part of a behavior-based safety program, and the idea is if you have a culture within a company where everybody's thinking safety and watching out for each other, then our spills are going to go down, our injuries are going to go down, incidents are going to go down because everybody is watching out for each other in a positive way. And that's the environment that we want to create. So anybody have any questions on it? Does anybody not have that app? I think I've sent it out to everybody. And you can save it to your home screen, and when you pull it up, it just takes, like I say, it takes maybe 2 minutes to go through the thing. And we're looking at ergonomics, we're looking at line of fire, we're looking at egress, we're looking at bending, how are you walking, are you paying attention to dragging the hose, because we don't want you hurting your back, we don't want you slipping and tripping, we definitely don't want you in a line of fire or working around high pressure where you can put yourself at risk for something that you don't have to do. And we have the buddy system watching out for one another. So that's something that we would appreciate you doing. And again, we're going to start buying some Applebee cards or something along that line to reward guys for doing a couple of these, you know, 2 or 3. If you do one a day, man, that's great. You're gonna really stick out. So just be on the lookout for those kind of things. And supervisors, if you would please encourage people when you do spot checks, encourage people to start doing these JSOs on one another. I'm also going to build another app that's just a one-liner, and it's going to be similar to the RIR card at Keene, which is a hazard awareness thing, to where if you see a hazard, somebody's walking under suspended load, somebody is not using 3 points contact, somebody's backing up without a spotter, it doesn't have to even be on our crew. If you notice that around a frac site, then we want you to fill out one of these cards and say, hey, I observed the truck backing up without a spotter. You know, and I brought it to their attention and told the safety man or told the company man that somebody's backing up without a spotter. Guys get killed while doing those kind of things. So, again, it's not designed to be a police action. It's designed to start paying attention and helping other people from so they don't get hurt or killed. We also have a fuel level app. Now that have you guys been using that? I know we're getting a lot of data in regularly.
It's been working great, I think. I've been dispatching at night.
Okay.
I threw out a reminder last night just because I guess the first set of levels didn't come in until about after 7 o'clock.
Okay.
So we got to treat it like the paper forms. It's still pretty important to get levels out the door right away when you get to site.
Okay.
But then going forward through the rest of the night, works great.
It worked good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
And I'm able to see everything all at one time instead of scrolling through text messages.
Yeah, so we're already seeing the results and the graphs, and which we'll be showing to you guys in the safety meetings as well. You know that we actually are using this stuff as far as the JSOs as well, and the RIR card app as well. You know, we'll be showing you in these safety meetings, you know, that we are using this stuff in graphs and what we need to be working on, what we are doing well on. So, yeah, I mean, we're moving right along in the right direction here.
If we can eliminate some of the paperwork that we're doing now and try to make it all electronic, because whenever you guys hit the submit button on this, it goes instantly into a spreadsheet and it's real time. So Steve can see it, Kayla can see it. As soon as you hit that, they know the levels, they know how much fuel was moved, they know how much you put in your saddle tanks, how much cleared we have, how much dyed we have on site, and so it's instant dispatching. And if the levels get to a certain below a certain level, then that highlights it in red, so it alerts that Steve can say, okay, this just turned red, we need to get a transport out here to fill that up. So it alerts it right away rather than somebody missing that. So it's going to be a lot more efficient, and it's going to help you from doing more paperwork.
I'd like to add one more thing to that, if we could.
Sure.
A checkbox to let us know if the frac is down or not.
Okay.
Only reason is, a lot of times, right now we got 13 fracs. Some guys, their frac will be down for half the night and won't send that message in, and here we're sending fuel, when 3 other fracs could be using it before then.
Okay.
6, 7 fracs, we're okay.
Okay.
We'll hit every frac anyway, but
Yeah.
this many fracs, every turn counts.
Okay.
And I think if they're filling out their level form and there's just a yes or no, is your frac down or frac running, yes, no.
Okay.
Check no, I'm not going to worry about you.
Okay.
So,
All right. I should be able to figure something out on that. Yeah. Okay, that's about all the topic that I had. Anybody else have any other topics that need to discuss?
There's a tank that's sitting on 9 points, and you've got to really go on top of it to see that gauge. And last night I was there as to watch it. It's really slick and it doesn't have any fall protection or anything on it.
You had to actually get on top to read it?
Yeah.
So, okay, those tanks, frac check, 9 points, any of those 12, 15,000 gallon tanks, I don't think any of the gauges work. When I'm on duty and I'm dispatching you, if I tell you drop 4,000, there's probably room for 7. But I'm always going to short it. And we see it on West Route.
I was sure, so I went there last night and I actually went on top of it. So, I mean, I put enough to where I see the gauge go to 4 and I still had possibly a 1,000 leaving my tank. So,
You did?
yeah.
So, I mean, I'll never fill it to the top. I always leave it a couple thousand less. Always
I
on
didn't
frac
know
check.
exactly what was going on with it, so and I mean.
And I think Vince is on the same page with that. I think he does the same thing.
We
I
need
can
to
talk
make, we need to
him
make
about
sure, obviously, and then like goes back to communication as well with our drivers. You know, let them know that they don't need to be using the gauges. If you tell them to drop 4,000, then that's it.
Yeah.
No more, obviously.
So with the frac checks, what I do is I ask them how much do your tanks hold, then what is the level at right now. So I can verify right there. I can just say, okay, I can just dump a certain amount in.
Well, for those texts, they don't have any way of saying how many in that tank either. So.
Yeah, with that 9 points, I know there is no.
Yeah. So.
I was going to ask after this meeting about Steve how that goes, because.
Well, I see it in real time.
Yeah, I know, because it's got a.
You know,
actual
like
thing
right
on
now there's 2,000 gallons in there right now. I would only dispatch you for 8. You know
So I'm
what I mean?
sure you're communicating with them, because if they're sending in their levels on that tank when they don't have no idea how many gallons is in that tank, they're just
Exactly.
kind of guessing. I'm guessing.
So, but that would be what I see there with probably the same reading that you'll be getting. So, it's one of those electronic gauge on it. So.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, fall protection up on something like that. You don't want to definitely fall,
I
hurt
don't know how
yourself.
you got up there. How'd you even get up there? Is there a
There's
ladder
a
over there?
ladder at the back, but
There's a ladder. That's right.
There's a ladder at the back, and as you go on the back there's a gauge. So you still gotta be careful. So you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely.
Plus, he's on the Jamaican bobsled team, so he's used to that type of stuff.
Shoddy equipment.
Yeah.
Can
I
we
don't mind the fall, but the stop that is so the stop is I mean.
Yeah.
Can we start giving frac techs or drivers in the frac maybe a Big Mac every time that they get out and spot you, or use their brain? Okay, I am getting really tired of getting to a place, delivering fuel, and the guy just go back to the truck, not thinking that I need a spotter to get out of there. Okay, I mean, why do you go back? Why do you leave? Why do you go somewhere else? I need to get out. This is their job, right? So why aren't they doing it? Why do they go back and just start playing with the phone
Well,
again?
how does the communication go out there? I mean, are they?
But see, this is the thing. This is their job. This job is so easy, okay? This is their job. What can they, use their brain,
So
know that you have to get out. You are in position that you have to back up in order for you to get out. I'm not staying there, okay?
what I ask you guys to do is both of you guys get out. So your transport guys get out and they get out and you guys meet each other. You know what I'm saying? Not just sit in your truck and like who's going to get out first. You know what I'm saying? I want to train and educate everybody on frac sites and our transport drivers. So both of you guys get out. You guys communicate. You know what's going on here. What are you guys going to do? What are you going to unload? Okay, after I unload, I'm going to need you to back me up still. Have that communication as well. We're all part of a team here. We all work together. So when you guys come out on sites,
That's time they treat us like third party.
I know that's what I want to get over that. You guys are
Yeah.
co-workers.
Team, yeah, I mean.
When I was out there, when Ricky showed up or Donnell showed up on my side, I was like,
Yeah.
hey, what's up? It's good to see you, man, because I haven't
Yeah.
seen anybody all day.
Yeah.
So what's going on out there in the real world? I've been stuck on this frack, and that's what we want.
Yeah.
Want a little bit of-
When I was on fracking, as a transport show, the first thing I do is greet the driver. Hey, back in here, if I see him coming, I don't have to wait. I pull my truck out, let him, then direct him in.
Yeah, we just want that interaction. You know what I'm saying? Even
So,
if you're going on a site and you have no idea who's out there, say hello to them.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be just a straight, shouldn't have those bad attitudes. Period. So I mean, I want to get over that.
Yeah.
Also, I want to know when this company is going to start doing drive tests. Every driver that comes in here, or every person that comes in here, they should need to,
They do.
because they don't know how to drive. I still have people playing with their phone while they're driving. Okay, I wish for a cop to give them a ticket so they know how much it costs.
That ain't gonna happen. I'm
Okay,
not hearing it.
I mean, what the hell? Or maybe some other people don't know what they're hauling. Still smoking,
You're not even talking about a regular vehicle pickup truck. You're talking about a hazard.
I mean,
diesel.
yeah.
If you see that stuff, you need to report it and bring it to one of our attention and say, hey, Joe's doing this or Bob is doing this or whoever. We need to be able to talk to
Yeah,
that
we
person.
need to know who it is.
Yeah. The anonymity is nice, not wanting to bust somebody, but if somebody's doing something like that where they could kill themselves or kill somebody else, you could save a life by bringing it to attention and say, hey, he's going to kill himself. I don't want to have to go to his funeral. Yeah. So there again, some of that stuff has to be
It'll be
reported.
anonymous, but we need to approach that person.
Yeah.
Obviously.
We don't need to say where it came from, but we need to know who to talk to.
Because they're not going to get it, obviously, until we make contact with them and tell them.
Because there was 2 guys in fields here a year ago that got killed texting and stuff. 2 guys that were in this room. Texting and driving. So if you see somebody doing that, care enough to stop them, even though it's uncomfortable, or tell somebody else, tell one of us about it so we can stop them. Yeah. Anything else? What do you think, Dave?
Nice to see everybody again.
There you go. Say hi to everybody out in the field.
Hi, everybody in the field.
All right, guys.
Hey, everybody in the field, start doing your TVIRs and your vehicle equipment checklist.
Yeah, there you go. There's the mechanic. He's wanting to work on it, so you got to tell him.
Yeah, they need to do their equipment check because I think last night I went there to a frac site and this truck alarm was going off for low coolant.
Oh yeah.
Antifreeze, so
Yeah.
I don't know how that happens, but because that transport sitting there, so.
Yep.
I
Be a
don't know if
professional.
They asked for it or they couldn't get it or what's the deal with that? So.
And then getting out of the winter months here, we need to make sure we're turning off our transports when we leave the location as well. We don't need to be running.
Driving down a bumpy road, boom, 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 the door pops open. Stop, man, what?
Got your seatbelt on?
Yeah, I always keep my seatbelt
Oh,
on.
that's what I'm 36.
Oh, by the way, tonight,
Happened to me.
tonight, at least in southwestern North Dakota, which is at least in Dickinson, Kildare area, 8 inches of snow, 40-mile-an-hour winds
Tonight.
predicted tonight and through tomorrow night. So, there you go.
Oh, BJ's here. He's got something to say for
One
sure.
more thing to do before we wrap it up.
Clean out trucks.
Yeah, truck.
I just took 2 trucks down Bismarck to sell, and it was an embarrassment, guys. I mean, if you guys are okay with crawling in trucks like that, that's a health hazard. It's you guys. I don't want to hear it was the guy before me and the guy before me and the guy before me. You crawl in the truck and there's gloves and there's food and there's things stuff behind the seat. You grab a garbage sack just like I did, and I cleaned all that garbage out and I put it in a garbage bag. I didn't say the other guy did it. I cleaned it out and I hauled it out. That was bad, guys. That was embarrassing.
Yeah, I cleaned out like 3 trucks this week and 3 pickup trucks. So
It's a health hazard, guys.
So you guys in the field, obviously, when you see me come on site or supervisor on site or whoever, we can help you. We'll start cleaning up that trash in the boxes, in the side boxes of transports and bulk
It
trucks.
will be from now moving forward. It will be part of your review.
We'll gather all that trash. You can gather all that
You
trash
guys
for
want
us and start
raises,
putting it in the
you'll
back
keep
of our
the trucks
trucks.
We got no problem throwing them bags in the back of our pickups and bringing them back to
Absolutely.
the dumpster.
Yeah, because this is getting ridiculous. All those
Exactly.
diapers I have to go through every
I
single
cleaned
truck.
out CO1 today, you guys, and this is no joke. 2 big black garbage sacks of garbage in a cab with no sleeper. It's
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then I seen in the new trucks, I see every time that I go in there, there's dirt on the seat, on the passenger seat. So I'm wondering, are these people sleeping, putting their feet up, or
It's because they're lazy and they take their
how
dirty
the hell do
gloves off.
you have
Same
dirt
when you get in and there's mud
on a
all
brand
down
new
the
seat?
inside of the windshield.
Yes, exactly.
Take your gloves off and set them down on the floorboard. Then you crawl in the truck. There's no reason to take your gloves off and throw them on the dash. You don't do it in your personal vehicle. Why would you do it in ours? You know, I just went and picked up 3 brand new trucks, guys. And I'm telling you, they are not going to look like what's out here. So this is embarrassing. It was a total embarrassment. When we pull up to the truck wash and we have our trucks clean look worse than anything coming in there to get cleaned.
Yep. All right, guys, let's be professional and step up and have some pride. Do your job and do it well. There you go.
Works for me.
Smile. All right, guys, thanks.